Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Oleri Odiodio here. If you're stopping by for the very first time, I'm a transformational style coach as well as personal brand expert. On this channel, I talk about leadership, especially for women. I talk about style for women in leadership, and I also talk about self-improvement. So if you are interested in any of these topics, trust me, you would love it here. Do subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss a single upload from me. I know some of you clicked on this video out of curiosity because this is something that a lot of people have not thought about. Some people just think, I don't like braids. Braids don't really work for me. I saw a video and the girl said, braids don't work for me. I don't really like braids. They don't look good on me. And then some people is just, I don't know, I feel sort of hidden. I've had people say things like, I feel kind of invisible when I wear braids, and I used to feel the same way until I figured this out. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 reasons why your braids don't look good on you, or why you think braids do not work for you. And I got inspiration actually to do this video because of a video I made sometime last year on Instagram, where I talked about your braids not working for you, why your braids don't work for you. So I talked lightly about this topic and I got a lot of reactions on that video. Some people said, this is true. No wonder I noticed that this happens when I wear my braids like this. No wonder. And some people, it was just a new revelation to them and they just, oh really? I've never ever thought about this. So I thought this would be an interesting topic to bring to YouTube. So let's jump right into today's video. So 3 reasons why your braids do not work for you and how you can fix them. So number 1 reason why your braids don't work for you is because you don't know the right size of braids. Do you know that every face type has a recommended braids size, the size of braids that's recommended for your face type? If you don't wear the right size of braids for your face type, what's going to happen is you're going to notice that you get less compliments. When you wear braids, you think, oh, it's because I wear braids. Braids just don't, get me that much compliment, or braids just do not look as good on me. You have to consider size of your braids. So one thing I've discovered with braids, and this is something that I've done for a lot of my clients as well, it's a juxtaposition kind of thing. So if you have a slim face like I do, bigger braids will look good on you. So medium to large braids. In fact, you look best in larger braids. Big size box braids, they are going to look best on you. And this works for anything. If it's faux locks, if it's yarn, if it's braids, if it's dreadlocks, anything. The bigger they are, the more they work better for your face. On the other hand, if you have a round face, if you have a big face, a more fleshy face, smaller braids, however, would work best for you. And then there are other face types in between. So maybe you have a rectangular face, or you have a face that's between fleshy and slim and small. Then you can do medium braids. But for the most part, bigger braids will work for you if you're on the smaller side, if you're on the slimmer side. If you are on the bigger side, smaller braids would work best for you. They'll be more flattering for your face type. They'll be more flattering for your physique. So it's a juxtaposition kind of thing. So think about juxtaposing. So if I'm big, I want to do small braids. If I'm small, I want to do big braids. And you'd notice that when you get the sizing right, you find that your braids work for you. You find that you look visible, you look beautiful in your braids. The second reason why you do not look good in your braids, or your braids do not work for you, is because they are the wrong length. I find a lot of people, especially middle-aged to older women, so maybe people from their mid to late 30s or early 40s and 50s, they're more comfortable doing shorter length braids. But the truth is, the length, that short length braids doesn't work for every face type. So you have to think about it. How do I really look when my braids are short? I find that some people like this short bob style braids, but that's not a length that works for most face types. To be on the safer side, I'll tell you, make your braids longer. At least make your braids in a way that you can easily style them. Because if your braids are long enough, then you can easily style them. You can easily create different styles to fit your face type. So length is a very important aspect to consider. So if you've been making short braids and you see that, I don't know, I kind of feel invisible when I'm in braids, are your braids short? Maybe it's something that you should consider. So if you've implemented the first point, think of the length. Maybe if I have them longer, it would work for me. So the third reason why your braids do not work for you is the style. We have the boho braids currently in trend, and it's such a beautiful trend. I personally like the boho braids, but I noticed that they do not look as good on everyone else. For some face types, the defined braids, the neat looking braids are just box, no flyaways, kind of looks better. But for some people that have this goddess, this fairy like aura, the goddess braids tends to fit them, it tends to look good on them. I currently have a variation of the goddess braids on, but it's not as carefree as most of the ones that we find out there, because I find that personally the goddess braids, when it's the extreme goddess braids, doesn't look as polished on me. And you know, as women, especially if you're a woman in leadership, you want to think of polished. How can I make my looks polished? And it all starts from your hair. So your hair, your makeup, it all impacts on how polished your look is going to be at the end of the day. So look at the style. I would rather you do not experiment if you are not so sure. Stick with the box braids. But if you've tried out the goddess braids and you kind of felt like, I didn't really like how it looked on me, perhaps it's just not something that works for you. Another thing to consider with style is how you style your braids. I always say that because they're braids doesn't always mean they should fall freely. I mean, it looks great on some people when their braids just fall, but for some people, for myself, I've noticed that when my braids fall, it doesn't look as good on me as when I style it. And that's why you mostly find that I like to style my braids in a bun. So I either style it in a bun or I style it in a ponytail. So as you can see from these videos, so you can see the difference when I wear my braids in a bun versus when I just allow it fall freely. Now this would depend on your face type. You would have to figure out what looks best on me. But if you are in any form of leadership, I would always advise you to have 1, 2, or 3 ways that you can style your braids. Something that looks professional, clean, and something that's easy for you to do. And this is why length is also important, because when you have the right length to your braids, it's easy for you to experiment with different styles. How you can create different styles, different fun styles, pack it differently and see how that works for your face. Now, not all face types might look good if in a bun. Some you might need to do like a little side swoop. It's something that I do sometimes as well. So you just have to find what works for you. But you find that if you can find the right style to style your braids in, you find your braids working for you as opposed to just letting it fall freely all the time. So these are 3 reasons why you might notice that your braids have not been working for you in the past. But trust me, I believe that braids are like a given for us Black women. It's something that in our culture, it's just imbibed in us. It's part of our identity. And I think every Black woman deserves to feel beautiful, deserves to feel good in braids. And I believe braids work for every single Black woman. It's just like saying cornrows don't work for me, or it's just part of our identity, right? So finding, number 1, the right size, number 2, the right length, and the right style for your braids would ensure that you always look good in your braids. I hope you found this video really helpful. Please don't forget to like, because when you like my videos, what it does is that it tells YouTube that this is a video that people would find helpful. So YouTube pushes the video out to even more people. Also share this video with a fellow sister, because this is something that would help her as well. And I'll see you again next week. Stay fabulous.